Somewhere in the world's oceans, one of the most complex vessels ever constructed is operating in the deep. An Ohio-class nuclear submarine stretches 170 meters in length and displaces nearly 19,000 tons of water. To put that scale into perspective, the Statue of Liberty is only 93 meters tall. A modern submarine is effectively a skyscraper turned on its side. Yet, despite its massive displacement, a submarine sits much lower than a standard commercial vessel. A container ship rides high, keeping its hull and cargo deck well above the waterline. On the surface, the submarine functions with almost no freeboard. Only the conning tower and a small fraction of the rounded hull break the surface, leaving the vessel looking vulnerable to any large wave. This low profile is a requirement dictated by hydrostatic physics. To stay upright, the hull must remain mostly submerged to maintain the specific balance between its weight and the water it displaces. Whether a vessel stays upright depends on the interaction of two specific forces. The center of gravity, represented by the green dot, is the average location of the ship's mass pulling down. The center of buoyancy, the blue dot, is the force of the water pushing back up. This center of buoyancy is located at the exact geometric center of the ship's underwater volume. It tracks the collective upward push of the displaced water. When a traditional wide ship leans to one side, the shape of the hull underwater changes. As one side of the vessel is pushed deeper into the ocean, the center of buoyancy physically shifts outward toward that lower side. This creates a horizontal separation between the downward pull of gravity and the upward push of buoyancy. They act like a wrench, creating a twisting lever, a righting moment, that naturally forces the ship back to an upright position. Naval architects call this form stability. Because the wide hull allows the center of buoyancy to shift sideways, surface ships can safely operate even if their center of gravity is physically located above their center of buoyancy. A submarine cannot use this method. When it is fully submerged, the hull is a sealed cylinder, completely surrounded by water. Because the underwater shape of a cylinder never changes as it rolls, the center of buoyancy does not move. There is no sideways shift to provide stability. To survive underwater, the crew relies on weight stability. By placing heavy machinery and ballast at the very bottom of the hull, the center of gravity acts like a pendulum hanging below the center of buoyancy, pulling the vessel straight. This keeps the submarine balanced while submerged, but the physics change the moment the hull breaks the surface. As the top of the hull leaves the water, the total volume of the ship underwater decreases. Because the center of buoyancy is the center of that underwater volume, it drops lower into the vessel as the submarine rises. If the submarine floated as high as a cargo ship, the center of buoyancy drops until it crosses below the center of gravity. The vessel becomes top-heavy. Gravity pulls the top down, buoyancy pushes the bottom up, and the submarine instantly capsizes. This is why submarines ride so low. By keeping the majority of the hull submerged even on the surface, engineers ensure the center of buoyancy remains safely above the center of gravity. To dive, the submarine performs the one task surface ships try to avoid. The crew floods designated ballast tanks with seawater, increasing the vessel's weight until gravity pulls it beneath the surface. Once the submarine is submerged, traditional navigation tools fail. Radio waves, including GPS and radar, cannot penetrate seawater, and the depths are pitch black. The crew navigates using an inertial navigation system. By using sensitive accelerometers and gyroscopes, the system tracks every change in speed and direction, calculating a new position based on the distance traveled from the last GPS fix on the surface. Sustaining a crew for months requires the manufacturing of air. Using electricity from the nuclear reactor, the submarine runs electrolysis plants to split water molecules, generating oxygen directly from purified seawater. The low position of the hull on the surface is a specific application of fluid dynamics. By sacrificing the high profile of a standard ship, naval architects create a vessel capable of surviving the pressures of the deep while maintaining the balance needed to